Hello students, welcome to section 1.5, angle relationships. In this video we'll talk about definitions, so when we come to class we can just focus on examples. So the objective for today, special pairs of angles, perpendicular lines, and assumptions we can make from a diagram. So the first definition we have for today, adjacent angles. So let's take a look at the word adjacent. Sometimes we say two desks are adjacent, okay, which technically means next to each other. So by definition, adjacent angles are two angles. I'll just write definition, okay, first. So adjacent angles are two angles that lie in the same plane and have a common vertex and a common side but no common interior points. Okay, so let's take a look at the example above so you can understand what it means. So adjacent angles in case number 1 would be angle 1 and angle 2. Okay, so we can say that angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles. Angle 1 and angle 2. Okay, they are adjacent angles because they share a common side, okay, and no common interior points. Now in this picture, okay, adjacent angles are angle 3 and angle 5. So you could say angle 3 and angle 5. Okay, now do we have another pair of adjacent angles? No. You cannot say that 4 and 3 are adjacent. They are not next to each other. They don't share a common side. Okay, so that was our first definition. The second definition is a linear pair. Okay, linear pair. If you look at the word linear pair, pair means two angles, and linear means when you put them together or next to each other, they will form straight line or straight angle. Okay, so by definition, adjacent angles that form a straight line. So in this example, angle 11 and angle 12, okay, are a linear pair. So in this example, linear pair would be angle 12 and angle 11. Okay, again, look at the words linear pair. That will help you to understand the definition. The next example, it's probably the most important concept of chapter 1 and in general in geometry, vertical angles. Okay, so what are vertical angles? Vertical angles are two non-adjacent angles. Non-adjacent means they are not next to each other, okay? They don't share a common side and are formed by two intersecting lines. I think if you take a look at the example, it will be a little bit easier. So in this example, okay, if you look at this example, angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles, okay? And another pair would be angle 2 and angle 4. Okay, so angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical angles, and angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles, and angle 2 and angle 4 are also vertical angles. Now, vertical angles are congruent. Okay, and in class I will demonstrate this. So vertical angles are congruent. That means that they have the same measure. Okay, so vertical angles are congruent. Vertical angles again, vertical angles are congruent. Okay, next page, perpendicular lines. Okay, in class we talked about parallel lines and perpendicular lines before. So by definition, perpendicular lines intersect at a right angle. Okay, and again, 90-degree indicates the two lines are perpendicular. Okay, so in this case, you see the symbol. Okay, in mathematics, if you put a box like this, it indicates that two lines are parallel. So angle L1, line L1 and line L2 are perpendicular. So this means that L1